There it is. We are live. What's good, everybody? Shout out to anybody watching this on the replay. This is the By the Hood Friday Live. You know, we come to you live every Friday. Well, you know, some Fridays we miss because of life, but we're every here every Friday for the most part, kicking it with our folks, talking about what's going on in our lives, everything in the world of finance and black wealth. My name is Jimmy. I got my partner in crime, Core. Core, what's up, good brother?
I'm chilling, man. If you hear something crazy in the background, we having a thunderstorm, something fierce out this joint. So,
yeah, I heard thunderstorms is crazy all across the nation right now, man. Shout out to anybody who's watching. We got a lot of new subscribers on YouTube, so if you are watching this live or watching the replay, shout out to you. We appreciate it. You know, Friday we do a giveaway. We come talk. You know, we'll be here for a little bit today, not too long. You know, a good time, not a long time, man. But everything is Tahid, as they say, man. Core, you good, bro?
yeah, man. Life is life in out here, but we're above ground, so I ain't gonna complain.
Man, there's nothing to complain about. If everybody watching, do me a favor. Please hit the like button, hit the love button, hit the share button, do all that good stuff. Pascal is in the building. What up, though? Jamil, Don, didn't forget about you, family. Everything is crazy. I'm actually getting ready to leave and go to DC in a minute for the Black Blockchain Summit. So I would promise to hit you up, but it's probably gonna be like Monday. I'm gonna shoot you a message, man. Definitely want to get you on a pod and rap about everything Don got going on, man. But Don was goody. So yeah, our folks are coming in. So yeah, like I said, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the love button, do all the good stuff, man. Core, man, Houston, man, you still getting adjusted to Houston? You good?
It's a mess. I ain't even gonna lie, man. I'm adjusting, but it's messy, right? Because I'm like I don't know nobody here, like so I don't talk to nobody. So only time I talk
what about Southern hospitality, man? They be trying to talk to you
sometimes,
and you be giving them the cold shoulder.
Coldest shoulder I can find.
I remember when I went to Lincoln, right? So, you know, first year away at college, leaving Philadelphia, and it was brothers from all over the country there, California, Pittsburgh, Ohio, you know, and we on campus, and they like, morning, what's going on? And I'm looking at them like, who you?
Yeah, like who?
It was a cultural thing. On the Northeast, man, we don't speak to each other, man. Like, you know, we ice cream each other.
They be talking to me. I just they say stuff, and then I just look at them like,
yeah, we come from the ice grill era, man. You know what I mean, you ice grill, you see what you're really about. So that was a weird adjustment, man. But you know, I think what they do though is actually honorable. Probably more of a shit speaking.
Listen, what's crazy is I'm used to it kind of because my pop is from Birmingham, so I'm used to Southern people. So it's not like it's new to me. I don't like strangers.
You condition, bro. You condition.
Yeah, like why are you talking to me, dog?
You from the urban jungle, man.
Yeah, like you know, I went to a couple schools this week, scouting because I'm looking for some black students.
Trying to see somebody give you a bag.
Yeah, of course. I'm scouting. You know what I mean? Like, plus I want to teach somewhere where there's a bunch of black students, so I keep going to these schools just to see. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
see what the population look like because I don't really care what the staff population is. I need to be teaching black students.
So in Philadelphia, right, we're still for the most part segregated, right? You have some neighborhoods where, you know, all different cultures and ethnicities live together, but for the most part, we're still a segregated city. Let's face it, right?
Yeah.
How is that in Houston?
It's sort of the same.
Or have you been around long enough to figure that out?
It's sort of the same. It's segregated, right? Because the Mexicans all, hang together. Then you got, the white people, the black people. You got your Asian folks. But but then it's just like Philly. Like you got some neighborhoods that's mashed up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like South Philly here. I mean South Philly in Philadelphia. You got a mash of people. You know what I mean? You got
that's one of the places I was thinking about. Like they a little different, right?
Yeah. Like they got the Asians and the Italians, and then you got the Irish folks, and then you got black people. Like South Philly is the mismatch.
But you know what though? South Philly is the mismatch. But even if you really think about South Philly, they still got their own blocks,
neighborhoods. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like the South Philly as an overall thing, it is one of the more multicultural parts of our city. But even then, it's still somewhat segregated. But anyway, man. So you're getting your bearings about you down in Houston, man. Let me get to some of these comments, man. Adrian,
Years
what's
old.
good? How are you? How are you? How are you? It took me about 8 years to get used to brothers saying "How you doing?" and looking at me past 3 seconds. Yes, oh, that's the real thing, though.
Yo, that's real.
Like Pascal said, man, please hit that like button, man. Brothers down south, man. Shout out to the brothers down south, man. Shout out to them, man. Listen, I'll be in DC tomorrow. Black Blockchain Summit, talk crazy. So that'll be fun.
Consider that down south, Jim?
Huh?
You consider DC the
No,
south?
I think Virginia is when you hit the south, man.
Okay, all right. I wanted to check, man. You know what I mean?
That's going down to nickel, but I mean, yes, I think Virginia is probably where you hit when you hit Virginia, and even parts of Virginia. I guess when you get past Richmond is where you start saying, all right, now I'm down south.
Man, Richmond is like hella far. And Richmond big. Like when you try to drive through Richmond kind of like I've driven through Richmond like maybe 25 times. And every time it's like, damn, like does this state ever end? Like, because you drive to Richmond to get to South Carolina, you know, the way I drive to go to my dad's crib when I be driving from Philly to Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
And like driving through Richmond is like hell. Like, damn, like, does this city ever end? Like 150 miles to get through Richmond. Like, I gotta drive 3 hours to get through this month. Like, dang.
It's kind of wild, man. Yo, like Pascal said, man, for those just tuning in, hit the like button. Dope live on Don, appreciate that. I'm actually just gonna talk about that in a second. I'm gonna talk about the Wednesday live I did with Kamari and a couple of our people. K Diggy, I'm actually getting ready to leave to go to DC, which is why we're not gonna be on here too long because I gotta get down there for the summit. But I'll be there all day tomorrow. So you'll see me in the mix. Hey, Erica, how are you? Appreciate it.
Hey, what's going on?
Once you get past Arlington, VA, you're in the South. Okay, yeah. So I mean, Virginia in general. Like once you get to Virginia, I guess you're in the South to me. So this past Wednesday, I had the privilege of being on a live with Kamari. Elizabeth jumped on with us.
Liz. I like Liz. She always bring the fire.
She was in the kitchen, dog. She was cooking, and I'm not trying to make
one of them.
I don't want nobody try to cancel me, but she was getting her bars off, man. And also the brother Lawrence from the Financial Griot podcast. Kamari had him on too, so we had a great conversation. But one of the things that he shared with me was a study, and I want to talk about that for a second. That's the one thing I want to talk about. I'll pull it up and share it. But let's see. So my family is from Tennessee. And I had to get used to the people waving and saying hello. I was like, I don't know those people in Chicago. I might give you a head nod and side eye if I don't know you. Yeah, Chicago's a cold, cold place.
It's the same as Philly. Like, what are you like? Like, you get a head nod. Like, my thing is, if I speak to you, like,
it's VA, ain't nothing south about it.
I mean, if I speak to
what part of VA? How close are you in Richmond down? Or how close are you to Richmond? But anyway, I was watching a documentary on YouTube about like the history of like St. Louis. And as I'm watching that, I watched 2 documentaries this week that were interesting.
Jay talk about that all the time because his family from there.
Yo, they be wild in the St. Louis, dog. Like their gang problem is pure insanity. But I also watched this long ass documentary. Like, and you're gonna laugh at me when I tell you what it was about. It was a documentary on NBA YoungBoy. But I watched it. No, listen though, I watched it because the dude who did it, Trap Lord Ross, I like his content, man. I hate to say it because some people call him a culture vulture, but dude's research is crazy. So he did this documentary, and here's the crazy part, Core. The documentary was damn near 6 hours.
Anyway.
Yeah, but it's on YouTube, right? He got over 1 million views. I think. Let me see how many views.
Listen, bro, get your money. I don't care about that. I really don't care.
But no, it's the reason I'm bringing this up though. It's part of our conversation. It's not way off. He got 1.8 million views on a video he dropped 10 days on a video he dropped 10 days ago. That's like 6 hours. But listen though, hear me out. It's interesting because the way he tells the story, he talks about Louisiana, New Orleans. He's from not New Orleans. What's the other one? He's from Baton Rouge. But he goes through the entire history of it. That's how he starts the documentary off. And it's always interesting to me because as dangerous as we think Philadelphia and some of these big cities are, every time the data comes out,
The small cities is way worse,
it's like
bro.
St. Louis, Baton Rouge. Yo,
Birmingham. Let me tell
Baton
you,
Rouge.
my brother from Birmingham, my pop from Birmingham. Birmingham is berserk, yo.
No, listen, I'm telling you, Baton Rouge and New Orleans both are in like the top 5. And I'm like, how's that? That's in one state, and they both make the top 5. But as he's going through like the history of it, I'm starting to understand it. I'm starting to understand it. Let me see. Let me see if I can find the most recent. Let's see what's.
Yo, I know. All I know is, you know what I mean. Like Birmingham is not a small town anymore. Like it used to be. It used to feel small town, but now it's like almost 1 million people there. But it's grown exponentially. But
Yeah, so it's. But anyway, man. So he tells that story. That was a documentary I watched. Which was very interesting, man. Another piece of content. I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast. He had Coach Roy on, the dude from BS High. That might have been like the greatest thing I've ever heard. Dude is pure insanity. But let me get this list real fast. Let me see.
I've been to Little Rock too, Jamil. Little Rock, wow, bro.
Yeah, Arkansas and Alabama is all on this list. Actually, higher than Birmingham is something called Bessemer, Alabama.
That's Bessemer is Birmingham. Bessemer and Birmingham.
No, they both on the list, but they separate.
Bessemer and Birmingham touch each other, so it's like Philadelphia and Upper Darby.
Okay.
So Bessemer and Birmingham are.
But you got Alexandria, Louisiana, Monroe, Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana. Anyway, man. So
Bessemer is not Birmingham. I said it's outside Birmingham.
Yeah. That's right. GC is from down
there. I didn't say they're the same place.
Yeah. No, he's saying he's from Bessemer and they do not claim Birmingham, so it's beef there. So you gotta watch what you say, man.
Man, my pop live in Bessemer, so I know exactly where he talking about. My pop live.
But anyway, man. But when you look at those numbers, it's like, from a per capita standpoint, it's like, oh wow, it's crazy out here in the world. So everybody stay safe, man. The bottom line and the point I was making is like, he said we breathe different in Bessemer. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know the local politics. So you got it, GC.
Yeah, I ain't into the politics, but yeah, I get it.
You got it, bro. Yeah, I sometimes it be like that. That's how I be in Philly when somebody from like mainline
from another little small.
Yeah, they be like, I'm from Philly. Yeah, and folks be ready to hand them a new one. So I get it. But yeah. Anyway, man, hit the like button for us, man. We're gonna talk about a couple things, and we're gonna make this a short show, but we will be here. Do a quick giveaway, not even a long giveaway. Jose is in the building. What's up? What's peace, God. Yo, let me pull this study up. Pull this study up real fast. And shout out to Lawrence, man, because he's the one that sent me this, man. And me and Lawrence disagree about a lot, but we also agree about a lot, right? So shout out to the brother, man.
But that's how you have good conversations.
Yeah. So this is make sure my screen is sharing first. Let me know if you can see my screen.
I don't see nothing. I see a white screen.
That thing is moving extremely slow. There we go. There we go. Yeah, because I got to upload it into my drive. All right, so you can see it here, right?
Yep.
All right, so this is a study that was done. It's called The Wealth of Two Nations, the U.S. Racial Wealth Gap. They studied data going back to 1860 all the way to 2020. And they really broke this data down in a gazillion different ways. But the one thing I want to talk about is something that they mentioned in the conclusion. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. If anybody wants to get a copy of this, hit me up. I'll send it to you. It's all over the internet. You can just look up The Wealth of Two Nations, the U.S. Racial Wealth Gap. So it was an academic paper done about 4 professors, and they broke this down like to the very last compound. See how it sounds? A little unrational. My fault. My fault. But
use the word dramatic.
They broke it down, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing because again, it's so much here. And they looked at all sorts of data, and they come up with formulas and all kinds of things to figure out what it is. Look at this, cuz they break it down into mathematics. We model wealth accumulation dynamics, right? But so they actually broke out models and did all kinds of things to try to figure this thing out. But let me get down to the conclusion, because it was something that was mentioned in the conclusion that I've read time and time again, and I want to get you guys who are watching your opinion on this, right? So, let me see, was it here or here? Here it is, right? So, it's this part right here, and let me highlight it because I've read this and I read all kinds of academic papers. I showed you guys before, like a lot of the papers I read, but this is something that is consistent in all those papers, right? It says, furthermore, rising asset prices have become an important driver of racial wealth inequality in recent decades. The average white household holds a significant share of their wealth in equity and has therefore benefited from booming stock prices, while the average black household, for whom housing continues to be the most important asset, has been largely left out of these gains. We did a podcast recently, and that article that we were referencing in the podcast mentioned this too, as it was talking. It was talking about how black wealth has actually increased through the pandemic, but it still is lagging in certain areas because now I know a lot of the folks that are watching this doesn't really apply to you guys, but as an overall whole, our folks do not invest in the stock market.
It's been getting better, but it ain't where it gotta be, where it need to be.
Statistically speaking, we do not invest in the stock market. Like so, and again, this is not an anti-real estate thing. Real estate is my life. I make a living through real estate, right? So that's not what I'm saying. But what it's saying is we avoid equities, and that has been problematic, right? So there's all kinds of other issues. As you can see, this is a long paper. So it gets into how policy has held us back as well. So we're not ignoring all those things. We're not ignoring Jim Crow. We're not ignoring the
redlining. We're not ignoring.
No, I'm not ignoring that. But those of us that have started to accumulate assets, the data shows most of us still drift towards real estate. And over a long period of time, stocks outperform real estate, right? So I started doing like my own math. I was looking at something else. I said, all right, so I'm gonna look back to one of my best real estate investment assets, right? So I have a property in 19120, which is Almy. I bought the property in 2002. I paid like $69K for it. The appraisal just came in at like 245. That's amazing, right? 69K, 245.
It's 152, like 100, almost 200K.
Almost 200K, right? So, and I was sitting down, I was talking to my wife about this. I was like, so after I read this article, I said, so let's think back. When I bought that house, I think out of pocket, I came out with like, 10 grand, let's say the mortgage, whatever it was per month. I plugged those same numbers in the S&P 500, right? Now, remember, I told you what it's worth now. Like a little less than 250. So let's just give it 250 to make the math easy. So from 2002 to 2023, and it's a tenant there, I have a $250,000 asset.
Okay.
Right? Now, stay with me. I'm making the math easy. That's one of my best real estate. I mean, I made a lot of purchases, but I'm using this one because it's a long period. I did the math and I was like, all right, take the same number that I used for a down payment. If I put that into the S&P 500 in 2002 and the same number that I paid every month, like towards this mortgage, whether it was me or the tenant, what do you think the number would be right now, Core?
Probably about $3 million.
Not that high.
$2 million.
It's a little less than that too.
1.3 million.
Close, right? Like 1.2 over the same time frame. So you're talking about a difference from 2002.
You're talking about $1 million.
$1 million.
You're talking about $1 million.
And then I start doing this. I'm like, so I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, that's not accounting for taxes. That's not accounting for upkeep. I put a new roof on the place. I put a new water tank with whole heating system into place. So the point I'm making is, as a real estate guy, when you do the math, and I always use the S&P 500 as my benchmark because that's where I believe 95% of people should be investing their money anyway. Stop trying to beat the market, but that's a whole other show. But over a long period of time, you start talking about 20, 30 years, equities tend to outperform.
Smack the hell out of real estate.
So the point I'm making is for all of us watching this, even though a lot of us are invested in equities, we got work to do
Yeah, we do.
because that's not going to stop. So we have to make sure that our family, our friends, and I know they probably get tired of us because all of us are like, advocates, like, but we got to make sure our folks are investing their bread in the market, right? And someone told me a long time ago, it was a brother who worked at the water department. He said, you get a job, pays you a nice salary. He was like, you buy you a house. He was like, and just put in your retirement account. He said, you'll be a millionaire. That's easy.
Easy. Listen, most of the millionaires, listen, and I'll tell you this, no BS. My cousin Eddie, old school dude, retired from the army, retired from teaching, multimillionaire. He's basically he makes like $75,000 a month off retirement.
Yeah.
Like easy.
But the
because
thing
he
is,
never touched the money. Because he had two jobs. He had two jobs that automatically give you these benefits. Now he an old head. He like 90.
Oh, yes, but yeah, once you're 90, you should have made bread. If you ain't make a million and you live to 90.
What I'm saying is he retired 25 years ago from both of those. You know what I mean? Like
he has discipline, which it really boils down to is discipline, right? So that's the thing. The thing is, and that's the argument wife made. When I was showing her the numbers, how the math works out, her response was, but that means you wouldn't have been able to, you wouldn't have touched it all these years. I said, well, I never took money out of the house. This is paid off. Like I never took money out. She was like, that's true. She was like, but it's more difficult to take money out versus hitting the button on the stock market. She's true. Yeah. What she's saying is true.
Liquidity, the difference in liquidity makes it harder to hold on to the stock portfolio.
Her argument is if I would have did that, would I have just let it sit? And, obviously in my head, yeah. But I mean,
the difference in liquidity makes it harder.
Yeah.
It makes it infinitely harder.
But one of the reasons why a lot of our folks actually make money in real estate, right? So again, it's not pooping on real estate, but it's a fact, is because real estate is a forced savings.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of us don't invest in the stock market, but we'll buy a house, and the house kind of forces you to save because you have to pay to live there. So that does work for us. But this specific study, and it gives you all the math, it breaks down how if we don't start investing in equities, even as we're making strides, and even if we get some sort of reparation package, our reluctance to get into the markets, because the markets are where the true wealth is made, right? Yeah. So we have to really learn how to get into the markets. Let's see. So let's get to some of these comments. But I wanted to share that article with y'all. Again, let me show you the name of this study for those just tuning in. It was an economic study done. It's called The Wealth of Two Nations, the U.S. Racial Wealth Gap from 1860 to 2020. The Princeton University professor is Laura Deranicourt. She's, and then, a couple other professors helped her out throughout this study. But it's interesting to read through. And, just if you look at the abstract, right, the racial wealth gap is largest of the economic disparities between black and white, with white to black per capita wealth ratio of 6-1. It's also among the most persistent. So it's very interesting, man. Anyway, with that being said, I just wanted to share that with you guys and also talk about the fact that as a people, we need to really learn to get into these markets, man, because this is where money starts to compound over time and over time and over time. So let me get some of these comments real fast. Hey, our sister's in the building. Speaking of real estate, the queen of real estate, Dawn is in the building. What's up, Dawn? How are you? All right, so didn't invest in the stock market, but invested in a small grow tent, light and regrow food kit for kids. So far, learned to regrow navy beans and garlic. It's actually pretty smart, though, right? Because one of the things about that skill set and that ability is
the controlling means of production.
You feed yourself, right? So ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nah, I wish I could learn to do that. I guess the S&P 500 outperforms. However, the difference is scale and cash flow. All right, so good point, GC. And this is one of the things that a lot of real estate people say, well, the cash flow, right? Now, S&P 500 still does pay a dividend. Now, it's not quite as what real estate is. But if you look at the expenses that come with real estate, the numbers become even more. It gets even more drastic. So even if you add that cash flow in, it still won't equal. Because the thing about real estate, especially if you're talking over a 20 to 30 year period,
You got to do depreciation of the property because of wear and tear.
So the thing is, though, and this is why the politicians are so slick. So because most of their money's in equities too, right? But they also look out for the real estate folks. So the tax benefits you get from real estate are drastic. They're probably some of the best tax benefits you get. But they start creating tools like the self-directed Roth 401k and all these different the tools they create to kind of like be able to play that game there. If I self-direct a Roth 401k and I'm putting equities in there, I could run a bag up to $1 billion and never have to pay taxes at all. So, I mean, you know, and even when it comes to scale, right? So a lot of people like real estate because you're able to leverage up, but that also increases your risk. So now when you compare when on a risk-adjusted basis, the stock still outperform, right? So anyway, but it's a great point though, GC, and I understand exactly what you mean when you say that. Yeah, Dawn, it is eye-opening when you look at the actual numbers. I suspect with this oncoming shift to digital currency, learning how to grow food is going to be really critical. Learning how to grow food is always critical in whatever environment we're in. You know, but even with the shift to digital currency, right? So the thing about, at least my perspective, is the system that we're in, the same folks that kind of run it without digital currency will run it with digital currency.
That's just what it is. Because it's going to be easier to track because the blockchain tracks way better than these weird systems they got out here now. So actually, it's going to be easier to track you.
Absolutely, man. I mean, you see with the congressman. Let me get this congressman's name. I want to make sure I put some respect on this dude's name, or disrespect on his name, shall I say? The boy that got caught up today. Let me get this dude's name. His name is Senator Bob Menendez, right? And this is for you folks out here who be like who be really out on these streets beefing about the Republicans versus the Democrats. And I keep telling you, they all stink. Because this Bob Menendez, I believe, was a Democrat. Well, the feds ran in his crib. Dude had like $480,000 in cash and over $100,000 in like gold bars. So it was like 580,000 between the two. It was like some cash, some gold bars. So he was trying to get off the radar too, because but they ran down on him though.
Like, why they run down on him? Why can't he have cash and gold bars?
Because he was taking it as bribe money. They set him up.
Oh, okay.
He was stealing.
No, listen, if he stole it, then that's why he can't have
it. He wasn't stealing the money. He was paid for it, but he was paid because he was paid to, like, you know, I need this legislation. Like, you know, he got set up and they call him.
They all get paid. That's what what's the names do. That's what lobbyists do.
Yeah, but that's a different thing, right? Right. When you put it on paper and make it clear to everybody that you're taking this money, now it's called lobbying. If you do it in cash, behind closed doors, that's not lobbying. I mean, I guess you could call it lobbying, but it's a, you know. So Bob Menendez, man, Google him and see what happens.
He can't take the $100 granny handshake. He can't take that. He can't take that $100 granny handshake.
Yeah, man. So yeah,
the grandpa 200.
Yo, but Howie, my point is, Howie, like, learning to grow food is always something that, you know, you should be proud of, and also make sure you're educating others how to do that, man. My new thing is each one teach one, man. So if you know how to grow food, make sure you're showing at least one other person how to grow the same food that you grow, Howie. I think that's paramount as we move forward. Because I know a lot of folks are posting, like, you know, in our groups, like, yo, everybody's scared about what's coming up in 2024. I mean, nothing you can do about it other than get ready. What's up, Cookie? How are you? Don says, without saying, you sound elitist, the first million is easy. It's all a math game. Yeah, you definitely sound elitist, Don. First is easy. First easy for you because you got the income, right? So the first thing is getting income.
Yeah.
Right? So but that's also mentioned in the article, by the way. Like, another strategy that we have to do is increase our income, right? Once you get the income, then it becomes easy because now it's just a matter of putting it away and
taking part of that. The greatest determining factor in millionaires is the percentage of the money they save, not how much they save, but what percentage of their money they can save.
Yeah, Don got like 2 diesel jobs, man. Don out here getting to the chicken, man. Hey, Don, you want everybody to become a millionaire, man? Give one of them jobs to somebody else, man. Stop hoarding the cash, man.
Don be over there. Don be down like a damn like a dragon sitting on a pile of rubles.
Yeah, Don hoarding the cash and the gigs. Well, this helps me say I need two accounts: one that I only feed and never touch, and the other that I can touch but shouldn't. Yeah, and that's another thing too, man. That's a great point, Dawn, because I know some people who have like trading accounts and they still tap them too much, right? The idea with those is to build that up. Use your trading to buy long-term assets. Mache says, of course, the wealth gap tracks with it being a feature of the caste system. Now, with this comment, I already know this is someone who just recently read Isabel Wilkerson because after you read that book, all your comments are this way for at least 3.5 months. That's just how it boils down, man. So, Mache, I noticed what you did. When did you finish the book, man? Just let me know when you finished the book. I could tell from that comment you just read Isabel Wilkerson, man. Let me know if I'm wrong. The appraisal instructor is making me want to lay hands with her 100+ slides for all these chapters. Pray for me, y'all. I want to lay hands every week. Don't stay out of trouble, man. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble. So what's the real blueprint for moving forward? That is a great question. Core, what's the blueprint for moving forward? If you understand that we about to go through some
get involved in the market. The first thing you got to do is make enough income. So no, the first thing is make enough income so that you can save part of that income, because Americans are operating at a deficit already. We talked about that on one of our podcasts, is that Americans are operating at a $2,000 per month deficit.
Yeah, I think it starts at 1,200. Like just based on the number, it starts at 1,200 a month. That we
between 1,200 and 2,000 a month. So you're talking about we operating already at a deficit. So the first thing is to increase the income to the point where we're not operating at a deficit, because it's kind of hard to save and invest when you're operating at a deficit.
Mm-hmm.
So increasing income is the first thing. And then the second thing, after you've increased your income to the point where you're not operating at a deficit, is the percentage of that money you can save and invest, right? You got to get that percentage up. It's not about how much you can save and invest. It's about what percentage of your income you can save and invest. So if you make 100, let's just keep it easy. Make $100,000 and you can save 20, then you win it. If you can save 25, you win it even more. You know what I mean? So whatever percentage of your money you can save and invest, that's the real key. Because if you can save that percentage and invest that percentage consistently without being able to touch it, nothing be able to touch you.
So let me answer it a different way, Dawn. The real blueprint to me moving forward is making sure you have a little bit of savings, right? Savings and less debt in terms of like credit card debt, right? If you got mortgages and things like that where you're using money to make money, that's different. But keeping that debt low is important, because one of the things that I recognized, like back in 2008, when things were going crazy, the folks that were fine were folks that didn't carry too much debt. Because at the end of the day, the more bills I have, the worse off I am. So if I don't have those bills in terms of debt, then I'm cool, right? So to me, those are the first steps, like really, really paying your debt. Because here's the thing. People get excited when they get 10 to 15% in the market, and you should be. That's a great return on your investment. But if you're paying out 24% of your credit card, you're really hustling backwards. You're better off paying your credit cards. That's an instant 24% return on investment. So watch that debt right now. To me, that's the thing. So if we get into 2024, if we get into a deep recession or something, but you don't have no debt, to me, it's easier to make your way through. Let's see. GC says because they control water and food supply. Controlling those things are paramount for some folks. We don't have that now. I finished the book on 9-4 Wild Nile. See, I told y'all. I could tell from the sentence he just finished it, man.
Yeah, man.
I tell you,
that book could change your life, man. Like that's one of the that's a GOAT book. Like that's one of the greatest books ever written.
It's a top 5 to 10 book. I know people tired of saying it because we cite it and talk about it so much, but because it gives you an understanding.
Her pen is so sickening, and the way she puts it, like she refuses to use the word racism because she said it takes them off the hook. Like she be giving them. She be giving them hell. She be giving them absolute hell.
I'm reading another Ryan Holiday book right now. It's called Trust Me, I'm Lying, right? And this on Audible too, Michelle. Trust Me, I'm Lying. But he's talking about how ad agencies and things kind of create stories and narratives that move culture and move the world forward. And he gives like so many examples of like. So I'm gonna give you one quick example. I think I told you about this on a pod. Um, I said it on. I've been on so many streams. I don't know, but he talks about he worked on his ad campaign for this movie and he put up billboards. Same time he put the billboards up, he like, spray painted them, took them down, messed them all up. After he just put them up himself. Starts to call blogs like, yo, this movie is so controversial. Folks is out there tearing up the billboards. Blogs look at it, pick it up. Now, mind you, he did all this himself. With a little bit of time, you got people out there protesting this movie because they heard that people were protesting the movie. So people came to protest the movie because they heard that people were protesting the movie. Meanwhile, all it does is draw attention to this movie. But he has so many examples of how this is done, and it gives, of how it's done in media, how they just create stories, right? Like he was talking about one like calling a press conference to address something that didn't really happen, but he called a press conference and people show up to the press. Like there's just so much wild stuff that happens in a world where we're getting information so fast. We're on Twitter/X or whatever you want to call it, and all these news sources are rushing to be the first. People are using that as a weapon. So that's an interesting book that I'm reading right now, Michelle. I just want to share that with you. Michelle is another person that loves to read. It's called Trust Me, I'm Lying by Ryan Holiday. Anyway, but yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed Cass. It's definitely wild and eye-opening, as you say. Career capital is definitely number one. Can't do anything if you don't make enough. Don, these are facts. GC says facts. That is also part of that study that we just went over a couple of seconds ago. They talk about the idea of increasing your income. Hey, what's up, sis? We got Latoya's in the building. How are you, Latoya? Yeah, man. So, Corey, that's all I really wanted to share today was that. I know we ain't gonna be on here too long. We're gonna do a quick giveaway. We probably only gonna do one giveaway today because we ain't gonna be here long. We do one giveaway, have one person win. So, if you are watching or listening right now, do me a favor and put your one in the chat. Like I said, we cutting out early. I got to get to DC for the Black Blockchain Summit. There's also an event next week in Delaware. So look on our social media for that if anybody's in the area. So Michelle says, Michelle, I got all kinds of books, bro. Like, I love books like that. The one you just mentioned, definitely will check it out. And the ones that cover big data, stats, and psychology. So, shout to big data. You know what I mean? That's what they call me, Data Kiss.
Data Kiss. You funny as Data Kiss.
Yeah, I'm saying they call me Data Kiss. But anyway, man, put y'all ones in the air, man, so we can get this Wheel of Names on, man. So we can get the moving. Let me see. Let's see. Wheel of Names. Can you say the book name again? It's called Trust Me, I'm Lying. And it's by Ryan Holiday. Trust Me, I'm Lying. And the thing is, I'm not even finished the book yet, but by the time I finish the book, I'm not gonna believe nothing I see on the news no more, yo.
Right.
I'm like, not that I believe it now, but I have a complete distrust of everything once I finish reading that book because I realized just how much of how many people weaponize things, man. It's like, yo, everything in life, even things that are created for good, people find a way to weaponize. People weaponize people. So what am I talking about? Anyway. All right, let's clear this Wheel of Names out so we can get it popping. Corey, you good over there, man? Look like you stuck doing something. You good?
Yeah. Well, my wife, my wife had a family emergency, so I'm just,
Yes, man. Make sure she good though.
Yeah. It's raining hard as hell, so I'm trying to.
Yeah, make sure she cool, bro.
She good. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted.
No, it's all good. Only my dumb ass about to travel in the rain to DC, but I'll be cool though. I got me a little rental. Got me an Infinity truck. You know what I'm saying? About to.
You about to go?
I'm gonna tear. I wasn't gonna drive my own car. I'm about to tear 95 up. Let me see. Cookie, I appreciate that. So, side note, I got the the event in Wilmington next Saturday. That Sunday, the next day, I'm on a plane on my way to Memphis, man. So I'll be in Memphis, I'm still for a little bit, checking out Memphis. And that Memphis trip is, I'm literally going out there just to chill. All right, let's see. Let me go back to the beginning. So Dawn was the first person to her name in the hat. Let's see. Let's get to it. Dawn. We got Brittany. What up, Brittany? How are you? Who else we got? We got Don and K Diggy and Howie. I thought about you yesterday, Don, when the market had went down. I mean, what I cop? I copped some MGK and some VU. The market dropped again today, and I bought some VNQ. So Don, I know you the Vanguard ETF god. VDON is why we call him VDON. I've been doing an analysis. Now I like to look like maybe I should just wait till you come on the show, but I wanted to ask you this question because something I've been thinking about lately. Like, I don't know how many ETFs you hold, but when you start to hold a certain number of ETFs, right, there's so much overlap with a lot of them. So I've been doing like an analysis of just how much overlap I have with some of them to even pare down further. But anyway, Don, we can talk about that when we come on. I know that's your thing. So Howie, we got Free and Michelle. So I just want to see if you think about that at all, Don, as you buy your ETFs, how much overlap you have. Erica. Cookie. Latoya. Let's see. All right. Who else we got here? Get Mukairu. All right. What else we got? A couple more minutes for
We got Champ.
All right. Let me see something. Hey, Sam, you over there trying to cheat, bro? Because I see the Kyrie in the one name, then I see Samuel Kyrie in the other name, man. I think Sam trying to get in there twice. I'm gonna ask though. Champ and Miss Phoenix.
Brittany, you want in on this giveaway?
Yeah, I got her.
You got her on here?
Yeah, let me see. I'm pretty sure she's right up here.
Okay.
I think I got everybody. So let me read all the names and make sure. It says, please safe travels. Don't be too high with the truck. Yeah, I'm a chill. I'm gonna get on my shade, John. Just put me an audio book on and chill. You know what I'm saying?
You'll be listening to Jigga on the way through or the locks. He lying.
Dog, I'm listening to audio book, man. Monica riding with me, so we gonna listen to an audio book. We're gonna listen to an audio book and chill. Yo, shout out to everybody down there right now for the Congressional Black Caucus, because I know a lot of folks is down there right now. Like I know Tracy went down for the Congressional Black Caucus. So there's a lot of folks down there for that reason as well. All right, so these are the names that I have. Dawn, Brittany, Don, K Diggy, Howie, Free, Michelle, Erica, D, Cookie, Latoya, Get Mukairu, Sam, Champ, and Miss Phoenix. And Sam, I noticed you ain't answering my question either, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but listen, I ain't mad at you, though. If you watching from Facebook and YouTube, I ain't mad. You know what I mean? Go ahead, because I ain't mad at you. Shout out to Tupac, man.
Shout out to the legend. Jamil.
Yo, man. Speaking of Jamil. Yo, some of Tupac's music actually, ages very well.
It does. Because he was talking about issues that are pervasive in Black culture.
And that's what makes it interesting, right? Because I was thinking about this the other day. I was driving I put my car shuffle sometimes, and a couple Pac songs came on, and I'm like, first of all, the fact that the stuff he's talking about then is still relevant now is even more bizarre. But I guess you can go back.
Bizarre is because the system is built to have things remain.
These are facts. So I shouldn't call it bizarre. I should say that it's problematic. How about that word?
Yeah, that's a way better word.
But I was thinking about it. I said from a technical standpoint and putting words together, um, there's so many people that are better at that. But in terms of talking about issues, and that's why his stuff ages so well. Like, um, and I was starting to think like, I wonder if it's like that with like any sort of art, right? So a lot of times we fall in love with the movies that are like, shooting and boom boom and Marvel and all that. But I wonder if the movies that deal with real topics tend to age better. Anyway, just a thought what my brain is. But let's get to spinning this wheel, man. Like I said, we're getting out of here, so we only want to give away one thing today. So if you do win, here are the rules. This is a random wheel. For those that are tuning in for the first time, I know we got some new timers, we got some new YouTube subscribers, and we appreciate y'all. Pac is is an update. Let me see. Let me put this on real fast. From Jamil, Pac is an update at CJ from San Andreas. Yo, San Andreas. All right. So anyway, for the first time, if you're new, if your name comes up on the wheel, the first thing you have to do is let us know that you're still here. Once you are still here and you are the winner, you have to shoot myself an inbox, By the Hood an inbox, or Corey inbox, however you get in touch with us, or you can email us by the hood LLC at gmail.com and we'll get you paid this evening. We need your cash tag. We pay out Bitcoin, $25 a Bitcoin. We're gonna do one tonight and get out of here. But good luck to everybody. We appreciate you guys for the support. If you haven't checked out our most recent podcast, check it out. We talk about discipline and Venus Williams. It was a great episode. Got a lot of numbers for us on the audio, so please check that out. Great episode. Trying to get my guy down on the next one, man. We'll see if we can pull that out either in the pause, either the next one or the one after that. But yeah, and please stay supporting. If you're in the DC area, hit me up tomorrow. I'll be at Howard University tomorrow speaking at the Black Blockchain Summit. And we'll go from there, man. But we appreciate all the support as always. And be on the lookout. Working on some more community projects. So more free stuff for the people, man. With that being said, good luck, everybody. Let's get our spin on. Remember, let us know you're still here. And the winner is my man, Howie.
Congratulations, Howie.
All right, well, Howie, here's the first thing. You gotta let us know you're still here. And you believe me, folks have dipped off. And if you don't let us know in a couple minutes, what we do is we respin. So for those who didn't win, stay around till Howie say something. You know what I'm saying? Stay around till Howie say something, man. With that being said, Core, I saw a show today that someone told me is all kinds of bang bang shooting on there. It's a Guy Ritchie movie. It's on Amazon. They told me to watch it. It's called The Covenant.
Okay. If lots of people die, I'll watch it.
And it's Jake Gyllenhaal. I just know he's sitting on the cover of the joint with a nice big piece of machinery. Like he let the chopper go. So
okay, hey, listen, I love when Euros kill Euros. That's my favorite thing to watch on film.
So let's see. All right. All right. So still here, but don't have Bitcoin. You don't have to have Bitcoin. You have to have Cash App. If you have Cash App, we can send it to your cash account and you can, get it all set up there. Brittany says, congratulations to Howie. Howie is a first time winner. I don't think Howie's ever won before.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Howie. Before we get out of here, Jamil says, what are your thoughts on the auto strike?
I don't have any. What's funny is I just learned that they was on strike like 2 days ago.
Yo, everybody going on strike. We got the, I saw a couple unions and a couple other folks talk. Listen, man. Labor is one of the
pillars of production.
Yeah, it's one of the means of production. So if you can leverage and get more money for your labor, blessings to you. I'm always with the people, man. Whatever works for the people.
Yeah.
Folks don't need to be upgrading their cars every day. I was funny. I was in Don's group and someone told me that if you true fire, you don't buy a new car until the one you have completely blows up. I forgot who said it, but somebody in Don's group said that. It says, if you're really about stacking your money, you don't go get car notes. You ride your car until it completely blows up. I said, damn. I told you, I said, that's hilarious, Corey. Yeah, but congratulations to Howie. Howie, shoot me a message. I'm at JW the Blueprint. I
We'll
will.
figure it out.
Yeah, there it is right there at JW the Blueprint. Or you can email us bythehoodllc@gmail.com. We'll figure it out. We appreciate that, Howie. Dawn says congratulations to Howie. Champ says congratulations to Howie. And and shout out to everybody. Shoot me all the ratchet stuff on TikTok and Instagram. I appreciate all y'all, man. Speaking of TV shows, everybody on Force except Tommy, Walter Flynn, and Gerard should be on Tubi. I mean, the whole show should be on Tubi. Yo, I didn't realize till the other day someone showed me. They was like, yo, your man Gravy is on like 50% of the joints on Tubi. I didn't know Gravy was over there on Tubi, like making it his own platform. He on every independent movie, like at least like
He got a cameo on every
yo,
independent.
Gravy and everything. Someone showed me. I was like, damn, Gravy, Gravy getting to it.
Gravy getting the gravy.
Appreciate that, Howie. Appreciate that. Let's see. Django age well. I don't know about that, man. But
yeah, I'm off that.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't know about that. Bro. Anyway, with that being said, though, y'all, please enjoy your weekend. Please stay safe out there. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Subscribe to the podcast. Hit us up on all the social platforms at By the Hood. We'll be back here next Friday. But until then, stay safe. We love you. Peace.